Hello, this is Dr. Priscilla,
Hello.
and today I am going to have a session with two students. Haas, of course, is one of my regular students. He may very well help moderate and facilitate the session today. So I'll take a moment to let Haas introduce himself, followed by Hamza.
Okay. Well, it's Hussein. I'm 27 years old, and I'm nutrition and agri-food technologies engineer, and I'm Algerian. It's 3 p.m. here in Algeria.
Thank you. Hamza?
My name is Hamza Shabah. I'm 35 years old. I have a master's degree in human resources. I work in public administration.
Welcome to the session today. So now what you're going to look at are business slang. It's a business slang dialogue. If you've attended previous classes, you will recognize a lot of the phrases and the slang that is used. Now in business, not very much slang is used, but there is some slang maybe when you're having your coffee break or talking to your friends in the office. And of course, there is business words in the dialogue. So what we're going to do now, read, Haas, I'll let you start out as A. And when you see the blank line, just insert the person's name that you're talking to. In this case,
Okay.
Haas would say, hello, Hamza.
Hamza.
Hello, what's up, Hamza? Okay. And if there's a blank line, just use the blank line. This makes it gender neutral by using the AB. And if you get to something, because it's just practice, just stop and ask me what exactly does it mean, what you've said, and we'll get through the entire dialogue. All right, are you ready?
Okay.
All right, you
Understood. We don't see the screen, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let's start again.
Share it, please.
Okay, share the screen. Now, do you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so in this is the dialogue. When you see
Can
the or
you
the,
make it a little bit bigger?
sure, I'll try. Okay, how's that?
No, it's smaller.
It's smaller. Okay, give it a
You
second.
can,
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Well, hello, Hamza. What's up? Hello, what's up, Hamza?
not much. You know, I was just thinking about the activities that are coming down the pipe pretty soon.
What do you mean? Coming down the pipe?
Coming down the pipe is simply the things I have to manage.
It's a lot. I've lost the line. Well, it's a lot of things or just a few? Tell me more.
Well, a lot of things are coming down the pipe. For example, I have start a new project while another project is going.
Okay, just a moment there. There is a missed word. For example, I have to start a new project while another project is going. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed. Should we correct?
Yes, if you can catch them, you can correct them. Yeah, that's fine.
Is that any different than what you typically do?
Let me think for a second.
Go on, take your time. I'll just ask you a few questions.
Shoot.
I see that you are remembering the slang term shoot, which means start.
This is correct.
Oh, so this new project that is running alongside of something you are currently doing is easy or difficult?
It is easy, but the concern is the amount of time to get both tasks completed on time.
So did you not have a heads up on this? I would think you would have known what was coming down the pipe about 2 weeks prior, and it's incorrect. Is this incorrect?
Actually, you're right, but you know, at the present time, there is not enough people working in my department.
So what's being done about this shortage in staff?
This is a good question. One of the things I did was complete a series of interviews with people interested in the position.
So how did the interview go?
I
Did
found
you start?
someone and I gave her a proposal.
When does she have to make a decision?
She should make a decision this week.
I want to ask you a question.
Should?
You mentioned that you offered her a proposal.
Okay.
It seems that you offered her the position. I just find the word proposal awkward.
And what do you mean?
I typically think of a proposal like a marital relationship. While it does work in business, in freezing seem off to me.
I think I understand, but it simply means that our company is interested in offering her the position. For this reason, it is a proposal because we are proposing to offer her the position. Uh, contingent, uh,
Contingent, contingent.
contingent upon her accepting the salary and her availability for the time of hours of employment.
I think I understand. So my only area of not understanding is that I wasn't sure of the proposal.
I see.
Now, Hamza, tell me more about those things coming down the pipe.
I have started making plans. I have started making plans.
As I have started.
Yes, I have started making plans to ramp up the business figures to cover the cost of the new employee.
Ah, so so you are, is that gearing up?
Gearing up, which means preparing. Gearing up is preparing.
Okay. So you are gearing up the office environment of the new employee. So it might be better uh, stated that you are ramping up the arrangements to make sure that everything is in place for the new employee.
Of course,
So what are some of the things that you are taking care of? I understand that you are working with the sales budget.
of course, the budget must include the compensation for the new employee.
I have a question.
Should?
Just a few months ago, I think someone was already in this position. So should this have a major impact on the budget since this money was being paid previously to an employee?
No, not really. The candidate was not able to earn satisfactory marks on the exam.
Oh, I see. Okay, let's talk a few minutes about the invention that is coming down the pipe.
It is a win-win project for us and the chef.
How so? How will the chef benefit? You guys are just eating the food, right?
Yes, but the press members are starting to get acquainted with him and his quality of food.
What's so special about this chef's food?
This is a good question, Hussein. He is only a chef.
Really?
He
He,
is
no,
he is
yeah.
not only a chef.
Really?
Yeah, he is a researcher as well.
What an interesting combination.
He is finding new recipes that were used in ancient cultures.
Really? Continue.
This is a unique perspective because he has been recognized uh, with different awards on his knowledge, expertise, presentation, and quality of the food he prepares for human consumption.
Has he made Has he made any? Is that any? Has he made any videos for YouTube?
I am not sure.
I was thinking if he was that good, something may have gone viral.
An interesting thought. To keep my head above water, I had to read about all of the accolades about this chief. This chief.
Yes.
Head above water, so it means that you also have very little time to breathe.
Hey, I gotta call you back though.
Yes. With so much going on, I have to spend a lot of my time thinking about how to make this project introduction to be a real success.
So what does it matter to you? How does your company benefit?
Hmm. Well, my company will receive recognition also because the television, media, magazine people, and reporters will be on hand to listen to the chief give his presentation as well as get to taste his food.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you guys. Now, the question is, Haas, I think you recognize the word viral. I think I need to take this. Hey, Katie, I'll have to call you back in 30 minutes, okay? I'm in a class. Okay, bye. That's a good friend of mine that I needed to let her know that I'm in a class. So you recognize the word viral. I can't remember some of the things that we have talked about in previous lessons, but you should be able to recognize what we were talking about from previous lessons, especially the word viral. Is that correct, Haas?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So now, Hamza, do you have any questions about the dialogue that you just participated in?
No.
Okay, so there were several phrases such as shoot. I wanted to say too, when we're not really sure of what someone is saying and we need to know more, we'll just say, tell me more about that. So frequently you read in the dialogue, oh, tell me more. It is because you're not really sure what the person is actually talking about. So you just say, tell me more, instead of letting the person continue and you don't even understand what is going on. Going down the pipe, what do you think that means, Haas? Something's coming up the pipe or going down the pipe. This is at work. What does it mean from the dialogue?
Well, actually, I have no idea about the meaning of the expression. It was explained in the dialogue, but I didn't really get the meaning.
Okay, so my purpose was, my hope is that when you get to a point when you're saying it, if you don't understand it, well, maybe you don't have time to write some things down. Let's go through the dialogue again. What about you, Hamza? Did you get going down the pipe? Did you
Well, what I understood is that things you have going on at work, tasks, goals,
Mhm.
or current activities,
That is
something like
correct.
this.
Yeah, it's something that's lined up. Okay, today we're doing this, tomorrow we're doing this, and coming down the pipe on Wednesday will be this, and coming down the pipe on Friday will be this. Coming down the pipe is the way things will be lining up. So here we have, hello,
So,
Dr.
can I ask a question?
Sure, yes,
Yeah, coming down the pipe means activities that are not yet started, yet
that is
coming.
correct. That is correct. For example, before the coronavirus epidemic, there would be things we should be doing next week. But because of the virus, we may not, because we're practicing social distancing, right? But they were coming down the pipe. Now they're stopped, but it would have come down the pipe,
Okay, okay.
right? So here you'll see, I'll try to point them out. It says, tell me more. That's because we don't really understand something. So we just put in, tell me more. And let's see.
There were a lot of words that I didn't understand, but because we were reading quickly, we couldn't stop.
Okay, that's fine. And if we get a chance to read it again, I would like for the conversation speed to be a little more natural. that as soon as I finish speaking, the next person will start. So if I were to start here at this one, this is how it should really connect. Okay, so this new project that is running alongside of something you're currently doing is easy or difficult. It's easy, but the concern is the amount of time to get both tasks completed on time. So did you not have a heads up? You see how there isn't a long pause, but you're talking in tandem. So what is the word heads up? We have heads up. What does it mean? Heads up. Either one of you can answer. Heads up.
An alert or something like this.
Very good. Did you not get an alert on this? Were you not made aware of this? And were you not aware that this was coming down the pipe? Coming down the pipe, meaning that this was going to take place this was going to take place. So you should have known about this 2 weeks ago, even though we're not going to do it now. You should have gotten a message or an email or a memo or something 2 weeks ago. All right.
Okay.
And so what is being done about this shortage in staff? Shortage in staff means fewer employees, maybe a layoff, or maybe because of the virus, people are not going to come into work. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone says, that's a good question. And I thought you were going to do a series of interviews. Here we have the word proposal. In this proposal, when I hear the word proposal, I think of someone asking for marriage. But in the business environment, it is a proposition to do something, maybe accept an opportunity to work at this company. It's an offer, but it's not for marriage. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. I thought the word proposal is only used for marital relation.
Nah, yes, that's what I mean. Typically we would think of it as a marital proposal or some type of relationship. But in this case, it can also be used in the business environment.
Okay.
So you said that I find that the word proposal is awkward in this business environment. And proposal is usually related to a marital relationship. And I have a question. You say shoot. Shoot means, what's your question? Shoot. Tell it to me. Ask it. We don't really say shoot in the business environment, though. You wouldn't say shoot in a meeting. You might say it to your friends. Here is the win-win situation. When there is a win-win situation, what does it mean to have a win-win situation? Either one of you.
I guess it means a project that lets you win in a very short time.
Okay.
Win-win.
Somewhat. And in this episode or in this example, there is a chef. A chef is a person that prepares food in large quantities. All right. So this chef is preparing food for this organization. And he's preparing the food at no cost. So the organization wins, is the first win, because they didn't have to pay for it, right? The chef wins because now more people are aware of him, right? Okay, so Haas, what I do online with you guys in the free class is a win-win situation. How is it a win-win situation?
It's a situation when one of the partners win and the other one doesn't win anything.
Well, they both win. Remember, I explained why I do free classes. It's a win-win situation. Why is it a win-win situation, Haas? What do I gain by you coming to the class for free?
The support. You win our support.
Yes, I get your support. And what did I tell you about becoming aware so people will know more about me?
Yes, exactly.
So it's a win-win for me. You have invited Hamza, who would not have known about me, and Hamza benefits by coming to practice speaking. So it's a win-win situation.
Okay, I got the meaning.
Yes.
Okay.
All the parties get to benefit from it.
Both parties benefit. Now, eventually, the chef, because people will have tasted his good food, now will go to his restaurant and they will pay for the meal. Do you understand?
Okay.
Therefore, it is a win-win situation. So win-win situations don't last forever. So free classes will not last forever. Here we have the videos that went viral. Now it's a word that we've learned. Here's another phrase, heads above water. Heads above water.
The one I was about to ask. I was
Okay.
about to ask about its meaning.
Okay, so it says, an interesting thought. To keep my heads above water, I had to read about all the accolades about this chef. So when the company asks someone to go out and find a person that could prepare the food, you have McDonald's in Algeria?
No, not yet.
No.
But you have some fast food restaurants, right?
Sure.
Okay, so some fast food restaurants are better than others. In order to find out which one is best, you have to do a little research. When you do research, you're keeping your head above water. You know what this fast food restaurant serves, you know what that restaurant serves, another restaurant serves. So it's doing the research, keeping your head above water. So if anyone...
It's like being aware of the things that exist in the market.
Exactly, exactly. And it's not just limited to the market. It could be about relationships. It could be about cars, anything that you do not know something about. You do the research so that if you ask a question, I know the answer. Do you understand?
Okay.
Hey, here's another phrase that says, I had very little time to breathe. Now, obviously, I'm breathing, but it means that, oh my gosh, I've got to rush to find the answer to this. I've got to find the answer to that. I'm going from here to there. It's exhausting. But if you do your research and you keep your head above the water, you're not suffering from exhaustion. Now, it is not necessary that you try to remember everything. It's just that I want you to have heard it, and then we'll practice it in other classes. All right? So that's what that means. Let's go. Hamza, how is this lesson going for you right now? Is this interesting to you?
Yes, it's interesting. Like I said earlier, I have a master's degree in human resources and also a bachelor degree in management. So
awesome.
Business is not a stranger to me.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So you can use some of these phrases. You just wouldn't say shoot, perhaps. All right, here's another quick one. Let's look at these words here before we read. Haas, could you read the first ones in this first paragraph in green?
FaceTime. That's FaceTime.
Oh, FaceTime means what we're doing now. We're talking. You're looking at me. I'm looking at you. So we're spending FaceTime. Okay. The next one. Haas.
Ping.
Okay.
Ping.
So my friend pinged me on my phone. She called me.
Okay.
Push back.
Push back.
Okay, push back. Push back is
obstacle.
Yes, it's an obstacle. If in management, if I'm asked to do something and I don't want to do it, I'll say this is not my job, but it needs to be. But my management is saying, but it needs to be done. I say I'm not going to do it. Then the management might say, if you refuse to do it, we may have to put you on probation or something. So you're getting some pushback. All
Resistance.
Right? Resistance. Excellent. Okay, Hamza, can you read the next three?
Win-win situation.
Which means?
all the parties involved get to benefit?
Excellent. Ramp up.
Nope, I don't think I get it.
Okay, let's think about the coronavirus. Many companies, especially the automobile industries in the US, they're not making cars now because a lot of people are not working, which means they don't have money to buy a car if there was one. But once this crisis has passed, they're going to have to ramp up, get things in order, like a ramp, ramping up, okay? Or it could be to ramp up momentum. If you ride this thing at the amusement park, it's like what's that thing at the park?
Roller coaster?
Roller coaster. So the roller coaster ramps up, and then it goes into function. Sanctuary means a place where you stay or live, or you can find shelter there at a place where we ramp up. Ping, ping, heads up. Haas, what does it mean to have a heads up?
To be aware of something.
Perfect. So we got heads up again. And let's see, what is this one? Hamza, look out for now. What does it mean, look out for now? I'm not sure what I should be on the lookout for now.
I don't think I get it.
Okay, so now that we're in this crisis of the coronavirus, we don't know what we should be on the lookout for now. We don't know when it will end, or in my situation here in the US, some companies do not know when they will go back to work. Some students do not know when they will go back to school. Will they even be able to graduate in their graduating class because of the social distancing? So we don't know what to look out for. We don't know.
We don't have any expectations.
We don't know what we don't know what to expect. Okay. And then we have turnaround. Haas, turnaround.
Turnaround.
It means exactly
okay, remaining time. Remaining time.
Not so much the remaining time, but how long will it take the companies to turn around from this period that we're in now? Can they turn around in 6 months? Will it take the car industries 3 months to turn around, to get from the day they stopped to turn around and start again? Have their entities, the people that they interact with, their distributors, their suppliers, they've got to get them ramped up to bring in the supplies to create the cars. So that's the turnaround time. Usually the turnaround time is 30 days in a normal situation. But now industries are using their equipment, the car industries are using their equipment to build respirators or generators. So they've got to retool and rebuild. So it's a turnaround, okay? To get buy-in, Hamza?
To get buy-in.
Remember, there was the one who had the obstacle, this is not my job, I don't want to do it. So as a human resource operator or specialist, you want to be able to get me to agree and be willing to do something. So you've got to use your voice, use your words to persuade me to do something. Okay?
Okay.
Haas
Yes, okay.
Haas put into place. I think it would take 2 months to
order, to reorder things.
Very good.
Get things in order.
Good, excellent, excellent. All right, in the few minutes that we have remaining, let's see, I don't know that we'll get to the end, but we'll start with this one. Hamza, will you start to read first?
Okay. Hey, Haas, can I get a little FaceTime? You seem to always be busy these days.
Sure. Let's dialogue. I wanna talk here about something important to me.
Great. I tried to ping you earlier, but you weren't in. Is everything okay at the office?
Yeah, things are much better now. I had to handle some pushback on my proposal.
Really? I thought you completed the proposal last week. So what's going on?
Well, I've come up with a number of ways to help our video footage about the refugee children.
That are lucky enough.
They're lucky enough to escape the conflict and flee into Turkey, Iraq, Lebanon, and Egypt.
So tell me about your plans. It sounds like this might be a win-win situation since you get some pushback. Since you get some pushback, how long this new ramp up going to take?
Ramp up.
Ramp up is an expression used in business sometimes, especially in reference to the production of goods. Mm, So I could say ramp up is an increase or cause to increase in amount.
I understand ramp up now. What an interesting verbal phrase. May I continue?
Of course, continue.
Not much footage is available on this sanctuary in Zatari. This is some 15 kilometers from the border with Syria, and it is now one of the largest refugee camps in the world. I want to get a footage on this refugee camp.
I think you are on vacation. I think you are on vacation next Friday, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. That was my plan. Now things will have to change due to my desire to incorporate what I currently do with footage on the refugees.
I think that I think that would okay, I think that would be a great idea.
You are much too kind. Anyway, what were you trying to ping me for earlier today? We can discuss it now.
Nothing much. I just wanted to ping you and give you a heads up on some performance management issues I have been having with other employee. Things are looking pretty bleak around
So,
here nowadays.
Hamza, what does the word heads up mean?
The word heads up simply means to become aware of something that is going to take place. I don't want to appear as being unable to manage my department, but
Don't tell me. I know what the problem is. I've heard that there is somewhat of an uprising in your department.
uh, I can see
You've got it. Employees are.
you've got it. Employees are threatening to walk off the job because of the long hours they are having to work, or they are saying they will call in sick and just stay home for a few days. I can hardly breathe because of this pressure.
So you're still trying to manage complaints alone, are you? You are barely able to keep your head above water in that department.
Yeah, I know. I am just not sure what I should be on the lookout for now.
I'm stressed too. I also have a number of tasks coming down the pipe, along with this new initiative of the refugees that I want to take on. I had hoped for something exciting after my vacation. I was looking forward to spending time with my family.
I think departments should be I think departments should be trained to work closer together and complete each other
Compliment.
and complement each other.
I agree. My idea in the meeting is to encourage each department to complement each other while trying to deliver the best possible service to our customers. This new addition of widgets to our production line is merely impossible to meet. And now management wants to reduce turnaround time.
I agree with your idea of I agree with your idea of departments working together to complement each other. I suggest you speak about uh, stacking relative tasks together and promoting cross-training to management if they let your reschedule a meeting. If they let you reschedule a meeting.
Let me think about this process of stacking.
How long do you think it would take to inform everyone to get buy-in for your plan of action? For your plan of action. Now, before you ask, the words buy-in is the same as to something.
That's the problem. I think it will take 2 months to put into place. The directors want to start the process next Monday.
Would this include the refugee footage too? I think you can come up with some great suggestions to resolve this problem, can't you?
Yes, of course I can. I have some ideas that have been floating around in my head since this morning.
Sometimes
Hoss.
sometimes it's
Sometimes Hoss.
sometimes Has it's difficult to understand why upper management can't take advantage of people like you.
That can be said about a lot of good people here at our company. You are one of those people too, Hamza. Say, let's get together later and discuss this further.
Okay, take care until then. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, very nicely done. Thank you so much. So we did get to the end of both activities. Any questions about part two,
There is a word that I didn't understand.
which was
The word merely.
merely?
Merely.
Okay, do you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure. What were they talking about? Because for me, merely means happily.
Um,
It was closer to the bottom or closer to the top?
okay, here it is. Okay, I'll read you the line.
Okay.
Um, uh, each
Above
other
agree.
while trying. This
Which
new
one?
addition of widgets to our production line is merely impossible to meet.
Okay. Is it here? Is it who's saying it, A or B?
It's above the underlined word
Stack.
agree.
Okay.
Okay.
This new addition of widgets to our production line is merely impossible. Merely. Well, that is a misproduction. It should be nearly. It should be in, but there. I'll tell you the. Let's see. Oh, I created this document, so a lot of times, not a lot, but sometimes there may just be misspelled words. Okay, merely,
Okay.
merely means only. Okay,
Okay.
but the word should have been nearly, nearly. Okay, so it says nearly. It's next to. So it should have read the production. This new addition of widgets to our production line is nearly. It's next to impossible. That's what it should. That's what it should have said. But merely means it's only. It kind of works, but merely was not what I should have used. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Merely is a word. So I could
Okay.
say, I'm merely asking you to read the questions, which means I'm only asking you to read the questions. But nearly means next to, which is what I should have, which is what I should have had, as opposed to what I put. All right, so merely should not be here. I should not have that word. Okay. The word should be nearly. This new addition of widgets to our production line is nearly impossible to meet, which means we can't do it.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Okay.
The word stacking.
Stacking. Haas, what does the word stacking, when you think about the fox that made the sandwich, what does stacking mean, Haas? Remember the fox and the sandwich?
Did we use the word stack in that video? Was it used?
He was doing this with the sandwich.
Okay, to put the contents of the sandwich into order, order.
So
meat, bread, and then meat and bread.
So you're putting things one on top of the other.
To rank.
To rank. So you see here we have a tablet. Yes. I'm going to stack my cell phone on top of that. I'm going to stack a cup on top of that. That's stacking. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, this concludes what I have planned for you today. Any questions? If not, I'm going to ask for your takeaway. Haas, what is your takeaway for today? Your buy-in. You can say your buy-in, your takeaway. What did you like? What did you find value with in today's lesson?
Okay. Well, today's lesson is probably the longest, the hardest lesson I've ever had with you, Dr. Priscilla. I've learned a lot of thousands of new expressions and verbs that are used in business slang, and that I'm going to try to use in the next lesson.
Okay, super, super, super. Thank you. And what you tell your brain is what your brain remembers. When you say something is hard, your brain says, yes, it's hard, and don't try to do it. Your brain will accept challenges, which means that if I say I'm going to challenge myself, my brain knows that I'm going to have something else coming down the pipe. So I want you to never say something is hard, but it is a challenge for you. Do you understand, Haas? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I got you.
Hamza, what is your takeaway for today?
Yeah, it's I enjoyed having this session. It's a great way to practice my English, which I really need. I like the way your way of teaching. You let us at ease and help us when needed.
Okay, thank you so much for attending. It was my pleasure to meet you today. And
thank you.
I'm going to perhaps set up something for Saturday. People are not necessarily, well, everyone will have to register for the class. If they want to come, they'll have to register, because even if you share the link that I'll give you today in an email, for someone like Hamza to come in, you will have to register, just put in your information, and then you'll get the link to the class. And it's okay if no one doesn't come. My goal is to become like the chef so that it becomes a win-win situation. Notice, Haas, how I'm using the words from the lesson today so that you can feel and understand that I want people to have buy-in into the fact that everything doesn't necessarily have to cost money, but there should be an exchange. For example, Hamza, I am now going to ask you, when I post a video, that you go to YouTube and leave a comment. There's something about the algorithms that helps to get people that I would never have met to find the video. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care, guys.
Madam, can we invite more friends for next session?
Haas, could you answer that for him? Haas, answer Hamza's question.
Could you repeat the question, please?
And use the word
What was
win-win.
the question, please?
Can I invite more friends for the next session?
Of course you can. That would be a win-win for all of us.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thanks so much. Take care. Bye, guys.
Very
Take care.
welcome. Take
Goodbye,
care.
madam.
Okay, but I do need to get your email address, Hamza. Haas, you can get it and send it to me because he doesn't have mine. Send me his email address so he can get the
I've
invitation.
already sent him your email address.
Okay, so you need to respond to the email address so that I have it and I can send you from the list. Okay? Take care.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.